you're doing well. This is the Divine Masculine reading for this week. Hope all will be okay for you. Yeah, let's see where the Divine Masculine has to go, what is happening in his life at the moment, where he's heading. Yeah, it was a pretty intense week. And I see here in his mind space, Divine Masculine is letting go of a lot of things, a lot of emotions. And he let it go with his heart space. He let it go with love. It could be that in the past there were some things that were very, very painful, that was holding him back for the life that he really needed to live. There is a new chapter in his life, and that new chapter that is heading towards a new life. That's what I hear. It's heading towards a new life. So you see the old patterns, and you see the old energies that was projected to you. You see that you can let it go. You can let it go for your highest good. And you say, okay, now you started doubting about everything in your life. You started doubting that you were a bad person, that you were the wrong one, that you did the wrong things, by all of the projection of not being the right person for the feminine. That's done. You know, you're that's done with the energy. You know, you are that person that is worthy to receive, worthy to be who you are. You know, not being judged by somebody else's expectations. And of course, we all have expectations in a way, but we need to speak it out. What the expectations are? Can I fulfill those expectations? Because I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. What you're asking from me, you know, I'm not able to do all the things that you require from me. I can help you with a lot of things, but I can't do it all for you. You know, you also have to do it yourself. And all those expectations, that is, he is letting go of those projections that that you weren't good enough, or not good enough for that person, you know, and then you take it on for yourself. So now you're letting it go. In this week, you're letting it go in love, you know. I feel the Divine Masculine is with his hand on his heart, and he says, you know, it hurted so much, but I'm free of all these projections, and I'm free of all those expectations that you had from me, that I needed to be the person that you wanted me to be. And he's free of that. So how beautiful is that? So yeah, letting go in love, and letting go in that energy. it took a long time, and he still says, you know, it doesn't mean that you don't love that person anymore. You still can love that person on a distance, but divine masculine is letting go and saying, okay, you know, I let it go in love. You wanted your freedom. I'm giving you the freedom to choose whatever you want to choose, but don't ask me to come back, because I won't. Something better is coming my way, what I deserve. And when you deserve what you give, you will also receive that person in your life that gives exactly what you deserve in your life, because that's what you're resonating with. So yeah, I will always say, um, uh, when something doesn't feel right, or you talk about it, or you let it go. Yeah, beautiful. So what's in the hearts of the divine masculine? Ooh, sacral chakra. Divine masculine sacral chakra is activated, and that means also old trauma, is letting go of old trauma. It can also mean that there is a huge of sexual energy there. You know, that he feels a lot of sexual energy in his system, in his body. But also, you know, is it the right time? And it's not just from the mind, because if it was lost, it would be in his mind space, but it's in his heart space. So this sexual energy resonates with the love that he feels for the divine feminine. So it's really interesting how that works. But also um, creativity. I hear a lot of creativity um, through that sacral chakra. You know, maybe new ideas, new artwork, new songs, new, yes. I see a lot of creativity, and has to do with art, has to do with music, has to do with poetry. Um, Really amazing. I see writing. There is, it's very, oh, it's so quiet out there. It's so, yeah, new energy. It's like new fire is activated for the divine masculine. Poetry, I hear. And wow, coming together. I I thought, what's the next step? Is coming together, and I have already two twos here. Coming together in love, coming together in harmony, coming together to work, to do sacred tasks. It can be that he says, you know, it could also be that there, he wants to come together, but there is no time at the moment to come together, because there are some things that needs to be done, that has priority. So it could be that it's not a block. It's like future. What is coming into the next, in, you know, next level, next after all the things and the inspiration that he got. What is next after that? Yeah, coming together and sharing space and time. It could I hear it could be that the divine feminine is the muse of the divine masculine, you know. So when they come together, he sees her, he gets new inspiration, you know, and that and he says, oh, that resonates with me, and I can create something new out of that. So I have a feeling that that is the case. And he wants to come together and share that space and that love together, um, and also supporting her. I hear he wants to support her, he wants to hold her, and share. I hear share. I want to share with you, or just to share if to interesting, or if we are in alignment. Share his views, share his knowledge, um, and it's being received. It's not being rejected. I hear it's being received. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Okay. It could be that the challenging times at the moment are now here. That could be that the divine masculine is going through some challenging times, that he's holding a shield in front of him. You know, it's because transformation is happening, and he feels, I'm still in transformation, I'm still in that space that I'm changing, I'm still dealing with some emotions that I'm going through, and I had to let go of. But I'm I'm holding that distance, you know. It's not, I hear I let you in, but I shield it. I let you in, but I shield myself um, for what can happen. Well, if you're watching Divine Masculine, or watch the Divine Twinflame, watch the Twinflames, because I have a feeling that the transformational time you're going through, yeah, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Find the balance in that, you know. Find the balance in letting go, getting in. It's almost like, I will give you piece by piece, I will not give it all, you know. Find that balance within that space. Oh, also a 3. So I have three twos here already. Two. That's interesting, because this morning I got the sign already from the 222. That's really amazing. So sacral chakra coming together to find a balance again within yourself, that you can transform, that the challenging times where you are in at the moment, that can be transmuted, so you will find your balance again. Is the divine feminine bringing you of balance, or are the emotions that are playing up from the old part taking you out of balance, to let it go and to release, to let go, um, and that you're shielding yourself against that. So that there's still a piece of fear there, that oh, and I hear, oh, don't worry, that will find its way, you know, don't worry about it, don't, it will find its way, it will transform, and it will shift. So the balance will come back in your life, and the balance will say, okay, you know, don't worry about it. You know, when you come together, or you have um, uh, to deal with your creative work first, before coming together and finding the balance again within yourself, because it's almost like every time you meet the divine feminine, you're off track. You're off track. Something happens with your emotions and your system, that you need to come back in balance again. I also hear the it's not all, the path you walk is not always an easy one. Um, you are so admired and respected, for what you do, and also your generous heart and your generous love that you are having in your system, in your heart space, is is acknowledged by the divine feminine. Wow, I'm going to put them in another format. Ah, now I see even better. That's interesting. Oh yeah. So your mind, is you're protecting from your mind space. Um, you're protecting from your mind space, I hear. In your subconscious mind, there are so many things, what you want to say and what you want to speak out. And if you have a feeling that you want to reach out, or that you're reach out, divine masculine, because divine feminine feels you, and when she feels you, she says, okay, you know, I'm going to reach out. I'm you know, I'm giving you some support, I'm giving you some love, because that's what you need. That's what you need in your life right now. So if you have that urge and you mm, don't think that the divine feminine will think something behind it. Oh my gosh. Um, it's just sweet, I hear. It's just sweetness. It's just sweet, that you think about me. So if you and that's interesting, because he wants to be strong, masculine, do it on his own, being that powerful masculine energy of action, of providing. But if you need, in any way, if you need some support, know that the divine feminine is always there for you. You know, it could be that you're not in touch at the moment, that you're out of connection. Divine feminine doesn't connect with you, divine masculine doesn't connect with you, you know, and you're sitting there and thought, oh no, who wants to move first? Well, that's not how it works, you know. You're on their mind, and you can say, okay, I'm going to give them a support, uh, but don't make it a contest. Don't make a contest out of it. Don't make it an ego thing, I hear. Let it come from the heart space. Yeah. And lead. Take the lead. I have a feeling in the past you were afraid to take the lead. You were afraid to take action on some certain things. You were very much in your masculine, I hear. Um, but you've been, it's almost like you were more in your feminine role than in your masculine role. And you needed to learn to step up in that masculine energy, and you're doing really well. You left the shadow behind, and the shadow of who you were, and stepping in that new energy for yourself and saying, okay, I'm taking the lead, I'm taking direction, I'm not let somebody else lead me the way where it should be. I take the lead. I'm the, yeah, embodying your emperor energy. That's what I hear. You're embodying your emperor energy, and that's really, really beautiful. You know, divine feminines have waited for that. You know, could be that um, the Divine Mother also was seeing that and saying, okay, you deserve so much more. There is joy and stability coming into your life. Joy and stability is coming into your life. And that is being seen by the outside world, because this is amazing card, because you are in a bubble of golden light and joy and stability, and people from the outside world are seeing this and they're saying, interesting, what's going on there? So they want to know what is going on in your life, where this joy and stability is coming from, you know. And is there, they are wondering, is there somebody else in your life? Is there another partner in your life? Well, heck no. It's just the energy of source that you are connected with. You know, your heart is opening and you're receiving the energy of source. And how beautiful is that, that you are that vibrant, shining, golden energy that you carrying around you, that you are also shining it outside. So people start to notice you. People start to see from, interesting, from all kinds of sides. You feel that people are trying to draw you in, and that there is something with you. Huh. Beautiful. And yes, that stability, joy and stability is all around you. So yeah, there is it could be that somebody from the past is returning, you know, to your life to see if they can wiggle back in, you know that this, when they come in, know that this energy isn't healed. You know, this energy is in a logical way. They know it, how to give it a, it's not healed, I hear. It's the same. I hear something with money. Okay, so this person is coming into your life, and it's almost, I hear it's almost like they're pushed into your life. They're pushed into your life. So because of the energy you carry with you, divine masculine, you know, the sparkle, the brightness, the energy, um, they see that, and they want to take that lead to step in and say, okay, you know, I'm here again. Uh-uh, uh-uh, reset. I hear reset. Push that button. because it's a test. I hear it's a test. Throat chakra. Now my ancestors are coming in again, and they always, if my nose starts to itch, I know it's my ancestors, and I get warm and hot and flashes, and it's not the menopause. That's done. It's really my ancestors that come in. I do I have more? I see here another one. I have 2 5s now, and 3. Oh, 2 2s. No, 3 2s, 2 4s, 2 5s. So there is something that with your throat chakra, and if I'm seeing this, it probably has to do with the challenging times that you moving through, you know, to give it a voice or to let go of that voice in your mind that is repeating itself, uh, and and uh, and having the expectations that. If the fear of having expectations, that people have expectations of you that you don't want or don't not be able to fulfill. So yeah, open that heart space, because I still feel that there is yeah, you're moving through some challenging times, divine masculine, and don't over communicate it, I hear. So if there's something going on, you know, in the dynamic between you and your divine feminine, you know, don't over communicate it. It's make the connection first, because when you love each other, first things first, it's coming from the heart. And I know divine masculine is very logic, it's very rational, but not all things is rational. You know, a lot of things are coming from the heart space. And so uh, you also can hurt someone really bad with just your rational thinking. Just if you say it with love, make the connection, hold that space. You know, even if a communication is hard, you know, it still can be done with love. You know, it still can be done with love, and that love is the first priority in everything. If you want a loving connection, you know, the mind screws everything up. If I see how I if I give twin flame reading consultations, you know, even if they are separated for so many months or time already, I have them within an hour, sometimes within 10 minutes, I have them back together, because it's about that one big thing. It's about, you know, not always about that communication, and it's understanding each other in the wrong way, or you see that the divine feminine is shifting to her masculine energy to protect herself, you know, and the divine masculine is getting pushed by the divine feminine in it, or by that divine masculine energy from the divine feminine into his feminine energy, and gets hurt by that. You know, it's vice versa how it works. So it needs to be balanced. So the balance is coming back in for the divine masculine. But if you feel sometimes alone and you are missing your divine feminine, reach out. Yeah, it's the second time I say, don't make it a play or a power play from the mind. It's interesting. But it's shining, it's elevating your stability, your enjoy. Yeah, the healing begins. And of course, the healing begins because when there is separation, then healing starts, you know, because you start to feel in your body what is the divine masculine awakening within himself, what is the divine feminine awakening in himself, in herself, and then the healing starts. You know, in the separation, the healing starts because then they start to discover, oh wow, this was this and this was this and this was this. Sometimes it's just good, and sometimes, you know, you have expectations. Maybe you have expectations of yourself and you're getting disappointed in yourself that you're not able to that you're not up to the task, you know, and then you're feeling guilty and you feel shame. So let that all go, you know, that sometimes you don't always have to be that strong warrior that takes care of everyone. You know, it's also sometimes taking care of that little boy within you, you know, that needs the attention and that needs the love. So it's, and I see, you know, the divine masculine is a lot about giving, a lot about, you know, supporting, being supportive of the divine feminine, but in return he received the love. And if that is cultural, you know, can also be a part of it, that there are difference in cultural in culture that is, yeah, doing different things in a different way. So yeah, it's really interesting how it all works. So but the healing is starting, and that's good, you know. Divine feminine is healing the divine masculine is healing the divine feminine, so the divine feminine can get more trust. But this is a divine masculine reading, so it's really interesting how they see it. But you know, you will attract a lot of people towards you. You know, is there something you want to shift and want to change? You know, is there something that you need to shift and change? Because after behind every storm about everything what's happening, there needs to come balance again. Then we will see, you know, what is good for you, what is good for the other party. And uh, yeah, I already told you about, don't think about, is this person going to betray me or deceive me? You know, think about, if that would happen, would I be able to overcome it? Would I be strong enough to overcome it? And that the answer is yes. If you overcome the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, you know, you learned enough, you know, to shift and make a different choice in that. Yeah, that you make a different choice in partner, that you make a different choice in the energies, because when you work on yourself, you transmuting that energy, and you're attracting exactly what you're resonating with and what you need in your life. So yeah, it's really beautiful. Sometimes people meet each other because out of a trauma bond, you know, and they stick together. So they are hanging into in this. They think it's a love connection, but it's actually a huge trauma bond that holds them together where they can't get out. You know, and that's then one of the two needs to break that chain, because they're really chained to an old um, uh, karma. They're chained, and some people just need to be there, you know, to play out that whole to play out that whole system. Nurture, divine masculine, nurture yourself also in between, you know, in between the work, in between everything you do. Nurture yourself by going into nature, taking a walk, you know, be in the beautiful energy of the sunlight, or, you know, the sunset, and nurture yourself, revitalize yourself, because Mother Nature has so much to offer you, so much to give you. And you know exactly where the power places are to receive that energy and to receive that boost of light, you know. And it also gives you joy because you're working with the higher frequencies. So when you're working with those higher frequencies, you're in an amazing space. So let's see what else is coming through. Is there anything? Oh, wow, again? Alignment. You are in, get back in alignment, I hear. You know, maybe the times are challenging. Maybe you need to get back in balance again. Get back in alignment with your soul family, what you feel, what with your heart, I hear. Go back in alignment with your heart, you know, your heart, and translate what is in your heart. You know, if there is love for your divine feminine in your heart space, translate that. If there is a hurt in your heart by the divine feminine, you know, also um, use your throat chakra and to speak it out in love, not in anger, not in blaming or shaming, but in you know, healing that, you know, because um, the healing and the or the blaming and the shame most of the time is that it comes from you within, that there is something that you did wrong, where is a shame over it, you know. And without knowing, you know, blaming the other person for it. It's always within, it's always within you. um, doesn't have to do with somebody else. It could be that you got triggered from a former relationship, or you know, that is triggering it. Trigger your divine feminine is triggering it. So, but don't blame that person for the mistakes of the past, because it wouldn't be fair. But it could be discussed, you know, that happened in that time, and that you feel that same kind of energy coming up within you. Then the divine feminine only have to hold you and send you that support, and the healing starts. So it's not always um, um, do you feel ashamed when you um, are not able to fulfill the wishes of somebody else? And then you think, oh, I'm not man enough, and I'm not this enough, and I'm not that enough. But they ask this of me, and they ask that of me, and I can't do it. Yeah, and then you walk away because you shut your mouth and you didn't talk about it. You didn't vocalize that you couldn't do it, that you were not able to do it at that moment in that time. You know, if you don't communicate about it, you get the whole karmic cycle on your back again. So when you are in alignment with your heart space, you're okay. You're perfectly okay, and you can. Um, then there is also opening for communication from the heart, and then your divine feminine is able, to listen to you. Okay, let's see, what's the other one? Meditation, heart meditation, opening heart meditation. There's so many beautiful meditations that opens your heart space, and you all also feel it, that it's getting activated, and it stretches your upper torso when you're meditating on your heart. It can also be done with the breath work, when you're doing your breath work and activating your DMT in your brain, you know. That I love that meditation. It's almost an hour, breath work meditation, activating the DMT in your brain, and the visions, opening your third eye, opening your heart, opening your whole system, your whole body, and the energies getting shifted out of your system, and the healing is there. So if you do that meditation, then it's really powerful to connect more with your heart, and to connect more with what's going on in here. And I know that a lot of men, they come from heart space. They want that heart space, that want that heart connection. So that is for the divine masculine, not just being out in nature. And yeah, I know you like the fighting, you like the action, you like the things to do, to get active in your workouts. But it's also very necessary to just be still and go into that heart space and nurture that, because that's also what Mother Nature does. She nurtures you. Yeah. I hear there are days for action, and there are days for meditation. And please try to meditate every morning. They say try to meditate every morning, because sometimes there are so many distractions around you in your life that is withholding you to step into that. So yeah, I see up and running, up and running. Activate that body, and then that body don't want to slow down anymore. Authentic truth, unity with source. Unity with source is authentic truth. When you speak the truth from source, and you let it flow through your body, you will feel that authentic energy within you. And being authentic is your light body, is who you really are in your heart space, in your soul. And that is asked from you. That is beautiful. So let's see if I have other cards. I have two more to go. Two other cards for the divine masculine. 44, 44. How many cards have I here? Here. I have the 4444. And I have here 2 cards with the number 4, and that is the joy and stability, and take leadership. Be in your leadership, and joy and stability, that will come your way, because that was so profound. And it's another 4 portal, 4 portal. So know this, you know, it's a 4 portal. So it's all in alignment. Oh my gosh. And then I have the here another card that's number 4, the authentic truth. It's a 4 card. So I have 444, 444 on the clock. So wow, we're in total alignment again. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love when things like that come together. Last week on the 4th portal, I was standing between 2 cars parked, and they both were 444 on the license plates. I was like, wow. And now again on the portal day, you know, I'm on a roll. Stay true and be in your power. Stay true and be in your power. I will read it for you because there's a little message on the back. You are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as so do you choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being, free to be you. Wow. Out of the door with all these expectations. Done. You have to be a good mother. You have to be a good child. You have to be a good this. You have to be a good student. You have to be, everything needs to be good. Oh my gosh. How do we set each other up for failure? Nobody can can measure up to expectations that are coming from the outside. That's why we get controlled, right? That's why the control system is there, because they can control you when you're doing everything good as they say you need to do. You know, otherwise there's a sanction on it, right? Wow. Get it out of the way. I'm getting rebellious here. Not it's interesting. Say I'm getting rebellious. I think everybody needs to get rebellious if they want to take away your freedom. Yeah. But it's not resisting it. It's not resisting it. Resisting is something different. We just transmute that energy. We transmute that energy that is coming in, you know. The chaos, if the energy is challenging, you know, you're transforming it. So yeah. With joy and support from your guides, you know. What is it? One more. Yeah. Divine sisterhood. Oh, interesting. Where's my glasses? Divine sisterhood. Did I do with my glasses? Did I put them here? Yeah. So My sisters from Egypt are coming back. Divine Sisterhood. Letting the Divine Feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendship. It's very wise. There are many souls with who you have a spiritual con, nah, contract connection with. We let the contract out of it, where you have a spiritual connection with, decided upon before you were born, who wish to help you and who you can help, who you can help too. As you grow together in peace and in light and in wisdom. Wow. Yeah, my sisters are coming uh, back, and I'm looking forward to it. It's yeah, and of course I see my daughter next week, so I'm very 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 excited for all of this. Yeah, so let the sisterhood, let your sisters, let your friends, let your divine feminine nurture you, love you, hold you, and support you. You know, sometimes as a masculine, you need a different view. And also for the divine feminine, that the divine feminine needs a different view from a masculine, because when she's always connected with her sisters, you know, she only hear the views from one side. But it's so important now for the divine masculine and the divine feminine come together and heal, you know, and show their views. And sometimes their views really match, and sometimes it's not. But there is that receptivity of accepting the different views and seeing also the different views from the masculine side. It's so important. It's so important. So that's why it's so nurturing when divine masculine and divine feminine are coming together. Thank you, guys. If they're coming together, that they can share, you know. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Thank you. I get downloads. It's not normal. Okay. Wings of Isis. Wings of Isis for the divine masculine. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle brings you the angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation too. Wow, how beautiful. And I just got a download. I get totally hot here. And I say thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Divine Masculine, for watching. Thank you for being here with me every week. I'm very grateful for that. I'm not going to say, you know, if you need information or you need support, you know, connect with me. I think the souls will find each other if it's needed. All the love, all the blessings. Bye-bye.